my name is Alex and I am the second floor West CA of San Pablo. I had a really awesome year this year and really loved working in my position as the CA. I got to meet a lot of amazing students and really just learned a lot about mentorship and everything like that in this role. So I'm going to be going over my challenge cards in this kind of vlog style, so thanks for tuning in. And here is our amazing San Pablo community. This is the humor card. So the challenge for this week is that we had to inject laughter into our residents' lives. So I started working at the front desk of San Pablo this year, and something I would do every week that I started this week is that Tuesday nights when I would work the desk, I would invite my students to come and hang out with me or do homework with me, study, or just come and talk for a couple hours when I was at my shift. And the way I remind them each week is that I would send them some kind of goofy video or picture of me at the front desk with some kind of just like funny caption with it. And it usually had my residents laughing in our group chat, had people talking in the group chat, and then my residents would come to the desk and hang out with me. So that was just like a fun Tuesday night tradition I did this year. So next I'll be talking about the self-confidence card. In the self-confidence card, we had to identify an area of our RA job that we lacked confidence in. And so a part that I identified was with my programming. And so a lot of the programmings I did in the fall semester all had to do with really fun art activities where students got to come and they got to make something. And they're usually more like social and wellness planned. And so I did something a little bit different for the first program of spring semester. And so it was where I made calendars with my students and we talked about organization and about action planning and stuff like that for the semester. And so this was something that was quite different for me just because it didn't focus on the fun, social, artsy stuff with music, but more on like self-reflection. And so I lacked some confidence with this, just with not knowing if a lot of students were gonna come and stuff like that and what the outcome would be. So I'm in one of my residents' rooms right now, and I just wanted to show the calendar that she made. So obviously she took a lot of time into making this and took the project really seriously. And yeah, it was just really fun to see that my residents enjoyed this program and that they like doing more of a kind of like reflection program. So yeah, it was really fun and got to learn some more about my programming style in that sense. So the next card is called the recognition card. So for this one, we were really intentional about finding some way to recognize our residents. So as a whole, I have the most amazing residents I could possibly think of. I got so blessed this semester to be with an amazing group of about 45 students that inspired me and they motivated me and taught me so much. So the way that I did an entire group recognition is that we wrote all of our residents' names on the windows, and I thought that was just a really fun way to think about each one of my residents and think about something that I remember from them and something that makes me happy. Unfortunately, those got wiped down later that day. So part 2 of this is going to be about San Pablo's Resident of the Month recognition that we started this semester. So it was an initiative that our amazing CD Katie thought of, and it's just been a really fun way to get CAs involved with their students and pointing out things that we appreciate about them. So here is 2 of my Raising residents. They both won Resident of the Month at some point this semester. So
hi, I'm Trinity. I'm an early childhood education major, and my favorite thing about living on campus this semester was having the different programs that were put on by the CAs and being able to go and meet new people and have a fun time, basically.
Hello, my name is Miriam Rubalcaba. I'm secondary education mathematics with the emphasis in physics. And something cool about ASU in general, like living here, was like encouragement of going outside and exploring different things. I got to join a club just because of like people telling me to go outside. I see like, oh, go do something fun, and because of that, I'm already in a team, and it was fun. Yeah.
Cool, I like it. So thanks for being such amazing residents, and I really love this semester with you guys. So So I am with my other amazing resident, Quinlan. So Quinlan also won one of the Resident of the Month things, and so here she is.
Hello, I'm Quinlan Ashlock. As Alex said, I'm an elementary education student. And this year at ASU, I really enjoyed the welcoming environment of San Pablo and of the Teachers College in general. Always Alex, kind of her smiling face, always made it such a fun experience. So
Thanks. Well, I loved getting to know you this year. So much fun. So the next card I'm going to be talking about is the delegation card. So I decided for this one to look at my personal life to kind of reflect on delegation. So a club that I'm a part of on campus is called Devil Spark Change. This club was created by my sister and I, as well as a couple of our friends, in the summer of 2017. And it's a club designed to take students on alternative break trips, is what they're called, to go do service. And so, for example, this spring break we went to the Grand Canyon and we did a service project there, and it was really fun. So if you're an ASU student watching this, join Devil Spark Change. Highly recommend it. But delegating is something that I'm not always super comfortable with, and I'm scared that I'm going to cross that line of delegating and then also just kind of being bossy. And so right now I serve as the Vice President of Membership in Devil Spark Change. And with my sister graduating this semester, as well as some of our other officers, I kind of stepped up more this semester to be a lot of the logistical planning for these trips. And so for Martin Luther King weekend trip, I will show you the sticker from that. It's the one right up here. We went to Prescott and we did a project with the Stepping Stones Domestic Violence Shelter. And so since I was in charge of membership this semester, I had to do a lot of delegating with making sure that tasks for getting new members on board was getting done, making sure that logistics was getting done, and that we were actively planning for the trip. I hosted meetings. So this was definitely out of my comfort zone a little bit, but I really enjoyed being in this more kind of like direct leadership position where I had to talk to new officers and give them tasks to do and like make their roles very clear for them. And I learned a lot through it, and I learned that you can like get the best of both worlds where you can delegate without seeming bossy, and we had a really good trip out of it, and I was really proud of how I did with it. So the next card I'll be talking about is the identity card. And so this one worked out a little bit differently than I thought it would. I reached out to a very talented CA in Manzanita who designed stickers. And so I thought it would be fun if I designed like a floor sticker that all of my residents could have and be able to put it on their laptops or Hydro Flask or anything like that, that made them feel just like connected to San Pablo and identify with San Pablo. So life super got ahead of me, and I didn't end up being able to put in the ERF purchase for it. It just kind of slipped my mind, and then all of a sudden it is almost the last week of school. So that was too bad on my part, but it was, I was surprised because I ended up sending out the link to it to a lot of my residents, and a lot of them felt a lot of ownership with the sticker and ended up purchasing it on their own. A lot of other people got really crafty and kind of like cut out the sticker online and used it as like a wallpaper on their phone. I saw that some of them were posting it on social media, and so I was really shocked by the response that I got, since my kind of like carelessness forgot to put in the ERF and get the stickers for my whole floor. They actually really enjoyed getting the stickers and still identifying with them and getting them on their own time. So I thought that was really fun. I think for next year, something that I'm going to change is that I'm going to go ahead and get the sticker just right in the beginning, because I think it would be really fun if they had that maybe like the first month of school, just like the cute San Pablo stickers, just to start off the school year. So I found identity with getting those stickers for my residents, or getting them designed for my residents, I should say. But they really enjoyed them in the end, and I will put in a picture of them next. So next I'm going to be doing the humility card. So for this card we're supposed to pick someone that we look up to, that inspires us, something like that, and write down qualities about them or have them write something for us and post it somewhere we see it every day. So for this one I chose to do my sister. My sister's a senior this year at ASU and she'll be graduating in I think 2 weeks now it is. And she was a CA for 2 years when she was at ASU and she really loved it. And she's just all around a great leader and really motivates me to just do more and more every day and always strive for challenges and things that lead me better to having a better career in future one day. So something that we did together is that she helped me with my March bulletin board. So on the bulletin board we wrote a bunch of these little notes and then we put them all over the board and it looked really cool. And so she wrote most of them, if I'm being honest, and I really loved walking past them, and they weren't just good remembrances for my students but also for me. So these were two that I really liked. This one was realize that you deserve good things, and I think that's probably backwards, but that's what it says. And the next one was about having fun. And so I hope that the notes inspired my students because I know that they're so amazing and I hope they're good reminders for them, and it was good reminders for me too. So now I have these hung up with my room along with the 50 others that were on the board. Please excuse all of the bloopers that happen in this next video. Had a little bit of technical difficulty. So this is the integrity card, and the challenge for the integrity card is that we had to think of one thing that week and put 100% of our energy towards it to make it amazing. So for this one, I just so happened to have a program going on that week, and the program was it was an idea from one of my raising residents named Kelly, and Kelly texted me one day saying that she really wanted to see a bullet journal program, and so I tried really hard this semester to take more feedback from my residents to do programs that they wanted to do. And I thought that was an amazing idea that our residents would be all over that and love it. So we made some journals. I think that week the week of the program, I also just kind of needed some reflective time. And I thought that this program was the perfect time for that. All the challenge cards just flew away. I have to go get those from the courtyard. But I really thought that at that event, I really put in 100% of my effort to interact with my students and make these journals with them. And so yeah, it was really great. 1 second, I'm making a video. And these were the journals we made. These are a couple of fun pages of it. And it ended up being like a 3-hour-long program. And so that was really fun. My students put in 100% of effort and we all just really enjoyed it. So Kelly, if you're watching this, thanks for the great idea. Everybody loved it and you were amazing. Here she is, the journal woman herself, Kelly.
Hi guys, I'm Kelly. I'm majoring in secondary education. I'm a freshman here at Arizona State University. So this is the bullet journal that I made.
Beautiful.
I just thought it would be a fun event for everyone to have a stress-free environment where they
loved
can,
it.
Get their thoughts and
Amazing. Thanks for being so cool.
things.
So this one is the self-awareness card. So for this card, our challenge was to get together with another CA on our team and give each other feedback. So I was paired with Anna, our amazing senior CA. I'm going to be the senior CA for next year. I'm super excited. So getting paired with her was really helpful, and it was right after I found out I got the position. And so it was really helpful for her to give me some feedback based on what she wished she did more of in her senior CA job, what both of us just kind of reflecting on our staff in general and what we think that we need more of next year, what we need less of, that we did well on, so that I could start making like a running document for what I want to do in training next year. And so I have been making that document. That was a piece of feedback that was super, super helpful from Anna. And so every week when Katie and I have a one-on-one or I just experience something new in the dorms, I've been adding on to that list. So stay tuned. Training of summer 2019 is going to be a killer. So this is the intuition card. And so the intuition card is where it had us do some kind of specific action based on the intuition that we had. So this was a challenge that I think I did kind of the entire year running. And so whenever I did my intentional interactions, I always made sure to take specific note of which residents that I felt like I interacted more that semester with, or more in that time frame, and then versus residents who maybe my interactions were a lot shorter and that I wasn't as intentional about spending time with them. And so then for the next go around, I made sure to right then and there text that resident, set up a time for us to get lunch together, study together, something like that, and have a deeper conversation. And so with one of my residents, my first time trying this, I think in February, him and I went out to Chop Shop, and it was funny. I said that we could meet for lunch at the dining hall, and he was like, no, let's go out. So that was fun. But we went to the Chop Shop, and we ended up sitting there for like 3 hours just talking about life and his career that he wants to go into in academics, and it was just a really fruitful conversation. It was so much fun, and I learned so much more about him. So if I could even just spend a couple hours with a resident every week, I think I would learn a lot more about them and our relationship would get a lot stronger. So I'll make that a goal for next year. Last but not least, we have the relationships card. So this year as the CA, I was able to foster relationships with so many amazing people who I shared my floor with, and also just all around the San Pablo community. My residents were constantly inspiring me, motivating me, and just helping me grow into who I was this year. And I'm really glad that I was put into a mentorship position with them and just was able to see all of them prosper and all of their success this year. So I'm going to include a couple videos of some of my residents from this year.